This is the Chad Factor. How are you doing tonight? My name is the Chad, and it is the 27th of July, 2017. I'm wearing the backward shirt. Shout out to Mr. Eric July for one of the greatest rock bands of all time in our time. And I'm here to talk about the Marvel movies and the superhero movies, but mostly about Marvel and why I believe that many Marvel movies have a more libertarian message to them. So we've had Blade, we've had Spider-Man movies, and we had old Hulk movies, but the new age Marvel started up back again with the movie Iron Man in 2008, which is exactly 9 years ago. And where we began with Iron Man is the fact of the matter is that he owns a weapons making plant and he doesn't know that his weapons are going to terrorist groups and and militia groups that are killing their own people in their own country. He doesn't know about it, and he gets kidnapped and finds out that a lot of his weapons are going to these terrorists, and he doesn't know about it. It just so happens that his buddy, his his um his so-called friend who tried to kill him twice in the movie, you know, ends up being the one that's selling these weapons. But this is pretty much what our government and factions of our government do: sell weapons and train people in different countries so they can basically come after us. But we train so-called rebels that radicalize them and make them terrorists. So I'm saying that it's coming from a libertarian standard because he talked about privatizing peace in the movie. He talked about, how he wanted to end the weapons manufacture and end it so nobody else would get hurt. And he ended up making the suit to fix his problems and destroy his weapons. You can see it from a libertarian perspective when it came to Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Captain America, Civil War. You know, many of the movies reveal about how Hydra infiltrated the government and infiltrated Shield, but Nick Fury and other people in Shield didn't know about it. So why would you trust a government that could be compromised at any point in time and that will go against you if they feel that you are a threat? The government blames the Avengers for everything, but it was Shield and the government that torpedoed that nuke towards the Chari. And if it wasn't for Iron Man lifting that nuke up, then that city would have been leveled. So it's coming from a libertarian standard of, should you really trust the government? Governments can't always be compromised, and how people and individuals should hold ourselves accountable, or at least have some sort of insurance to hold us accountable in case something goes wrong or malpractice gets done. Because people need to think about this. In both the T'Challa attack and of the Ultron attack, billions of people could have died. Okay, and I'm not saying 100 or 90 or 80 is good. Anybody dying is terrible. But would you rather have billions of people die or people die of collateral damage by accident? I want people to think about this because this is what these movies are doing. Is showing you government can be corrupt. You can't trust government. Okay, you have to rely on yourself to fix the major problems. Because if they relied on the government in both the Ultron and the Chari incidences, okay, the whole world would have been destroyed or conquered. Okay. So now I get back to Captain America Civil War. Okay, Captain America wants to not sign the Soviet Accords, so 117 countries can regulate them. Tony Stark, who said in the first Iron Man he wants to privatize peace, says sign it because we need to be put in check, we need to be regulated because he wants to make sure nobody else gets hurt or killed. Which I can see your perspective on that, but at the same time, okay, you made the choice. He brought up the fact that he stopped the weapons manufacturing plant so no one can take his weapons. All right, but that was his choice. And Captain America says we'll lose our right to choose what we can do because what other countries can basically not say we can't go here or we can't go there, you know, or that they won't let you go there because they feel that you'll be a burden to them. You know, that's just what that's just what people need to think about is that, you know, is it better to save people and have some people who pass away, or do you want to not do anything, try to save people, but billions of people die? Okay, that's why I say this movie has a very libertarian message, and also another example in Spider-Man: Homecoming. The whole reason the Vulture became a villain was because Shield and the government came in to take away this. This all Spider-Man: Homecoming went all the way back to the Avengers, and they were had a contract to clean up the mess that the Battle of New York had. All right, they wanted to clean it up. They wanted to make it right, and they had a contract to do this. Government completely cancels their contract, say that we're going to come in to take this stuff. Basically takes away their contract. He can't get the money out of it, and he can't make a living off of this. He ends up punching one of the agents in the face, but he's set free and leaves calmly. But they end up stealing some of the alien technology. Okay, stealing the alien technology, using it for their own, and then he becomes a criminal with the and becomes the Vulture and stealing things from Stark or different entities, so he can make some money. But had the government not came in and took his contract away from him about him making his hard-earned money, you know, he wouldn't have went that route. The same goes for in reality when it comes to boys and girls, black or white, trying to sell drinks, trying to sell candy, trying to sell legal items. By the way, I'm talking about legal items, not well. I'm talking about lemonade stands, okay, candy bars, water on a hot summer day. You can't even do that because you might get a fine if you do that, or you might get arrested. There was a girl in London that got arrested for $50. I mean, got a permit, who didn't have a permit, that got fined $50 for a lemonade stand. And there were some young black American kids who were selling water in D.C. They got arrested. They got detained, not arrested, detained. And then the police and them helped them get a job. That right there is eliminating the entrepreneurial spirit of the young male or the young female, because they either get fined or detained for not having a permit, and it shouldn't be this hard to sell or make a business or money for yourself and have a permit just to be in a certain area. I'm not saying you can't have certificates or can't have certain things to distinguish yourself in certain trades, but if you're just selling candy, if you're just selling ice, ice cold water or something like that, do you really think you need to be fined or arrested for trying to make money for yourself the legal way? Come on, people. Come on, people. That's why I am a libertarian conservative, because that's the way I lean. And this is why I say these movies, the comics are crap. Marvel comics are completely SJW. Okay, but the movies, with some parts in Spider-Man: Homecoming I couldn't do about. There were some SJW, but for the most part, it's coming from a libertarian perspective of making the right choice, not getting onto all these wars, putting personal responsibility in yourself when you're at fault or when you're trying to help people, because the reason for the T'Challa showing up is because they kept the Tesseract. Shield kept the Tesseract for themselves to make weapons, so that attract people like Loki and them to come to conquer Earth. And the reason why Ultron became big is because of Tony and Bruce Banner making the artificial intelligence to their own liking. So that's why I say that these movies have a libertarian message, and I deeply respect Marvel for what they're doing in these movies, showing us about the corruption of government, showing that everything about government is not good and great. They can't do things for it, because if you depend on them to do things for you, corrupt things might happen or they might be compromised. Another good example that I liked about it, it's a quick quote from Tony Stark when he said that when he referred to the Winter Soldier as Manchurian Candidate. Like I said, they know what they're doing in these movies. They know what kind of message they're trying to put out there, for these movies, and that's why I respect it. Go watch Iron Man. Go watch Iron Man 2. Go watch Captain America Civil War. Go watch Captain America The First Avenger. Go watch Captain America The Winter Soldier. Go watch Civil War. Go watch the Age of Ultron. Go watch all those movies, even Doctor Strange. But overall, Marvel is doing their thing. Not only because they have a libertarian message, but the characters actually look like the characters, and they're going by everything in the comic book. They're not trying to switch out, change things, shift. They're not trying to do all that. So Marvel's better than DC, and I deeply believe that Marvel has libertarian messages in its movies. So thank you. This is a video from the Chad Factor.